Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm giving you my April TBR.
I couldn't see with how close I was. It's not hard to find if your grip is loose enough. How lucky to be by your side, to feel your stare. Sick as a dog, I run my hands through your hair. Running on time, darling, aren't we all? I think you could show me something that I won't need to resolve. So twist my words until you can find a way to make them work for you. Your windshield drawings start to fade. Oh, my heart will change. I wait for nothing. The intense rearrange, making space where there was none before. I wanted you to see me so at night, where once a year the rain obscures the sight. I kissed the water from your mouth, toiling with the thought of perfect, and how nothing ever stays the same. My heart will change. I wait for nothing. The intense rearrange, making space where there.
Yes, I know. This is very late in the month to be doing my TBR. I still wanted to share with you my Orilium TBR because Orilium is going on this month. I still wanted to talk to you about the books I want to read, just so yeah, I can share with you what's going on. As you know, if you've been watching my latest videos, I have been catching up slowly into the backlog of vlogs I've got, which is still a lot. I'm now at around Christmas time for the vlogs. I am slowly getting back into things and slowly catching up. I had a hectic schedule these last couple of weeks. It should be a little bit better. I'm still as busy as I was, but the thing is I had a craft fair and life be lifing, and it meant I was using all of my free time to actually sew and sew and sew and sew and sew some more. I didn't sew as much as I wanted to, which is okay, but I didn't give myself time to edit or read and do any of that stuff. I am keeping up with vlogs still. I'm still vlogging as I go, but yeah, I am still posting those vlogs because I do talk about books, my thoughts on them while I'm reading them, and I find that quite important for me to put them there, especially if you're following my thoughts on the Robin Hobb books and stuff like that. And if I want to go back to the books I read and what I thought about them, I do want to go back to those videos and see what I did think about them, because afterwards, like when time passes by, once you've finished reading a book, I do tend to forget some thoughts I had about the book. So I like to have these as reference, if that makes any sense. I don't have any expectations of anybody still watching my December, January vlogs, which is fine. You have no obligation to watch those backlogged videos, but I'm still doing them, just so you know. I am slowly getting back into things. Anyways, I'm rambling, and I'm here to talk about the books I'm reading in April. As of right now, I haven't read much in April. I've read yesterday because I'm in the middle of my Easter break, so I am taking time to read a bit more. But first of all, as I always do, I participate in the Buzzword Readathon, which is hosted by Kayla from Books and Lala, and every month you have a buzzword, and the goal is to read a book with that buzzword in the title. There's also the cover challenge this year, which I'm not doing because that was a little bit too much for me to keep up, but I'm still doing the traditional classic buzzword. So I did not manage to finish the buzzword for the month of March, which was to read a book with the word thing in the title. For that one, I chose Just Another Damn Thing After Another by Jodi Taylor. I first dipped my toe into the St. Mary's Chronicles books for another buzzword, I think it was 3 years ago. I had to find a book with the word time in it. So it was a spin-off series from the St. Mary's Chronicles, which I wasn't much aware of at the time. I did not finish any of those books, but I did enjoy the first couple of chapters that I did read. I felt like the writing was very easy to go through, and the concept of time travel was quite interesting to me at the time. So I decided to go with the original Chronicles of St. Mary's, and I never know in which order to say it, if it's the St. Mary's Chronicles or the Chronicles of St. Mary's. But anyways, regardless, yeah, I did read book number 0.5 because that's the other thing. There's a lot of in-between novellas. I did read 0.5, which is the very first damn thing. I could have made that one count for the buzzword, but since I initially decided on just one damn thing after another, I'm still gonna pick that one for the buzzword, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm excited to get more into that universe. From what I read in the prequel, I did enjoy what was happening and the premise of it all. So I think I'm gonna have a fun time, but there's a lot of books in that series, so I'm gonna probably talk about them for a long time. And next, the buzzword for April is to read a book with an animal in the title. For that one, I decided to go with The Merciful Crow because I already own that book in my e-reader. I could have gone with another book, which is Red Wolf, Black Leopard, I think, something like that by Marlon James, but I can barely finish A Brief History of 7 Killings from Marlon James. So I'm not adding another Marlon James to my TBR. There's no way that's happening. I did put this book in an Orilium prompt-ish, as you'll see later. So hopefully it's gonna work out, but we shall see. I'm also participating in the Year in Elja, which is the year-long side quest to the Orilium Readathons, which is also hosted by G from BookRoast. So this year, the Year in Elja has prompts for the months in that the Orilium occurs as well. In the previous years, you didn't have any prompts for that readathon because of Orilium, but now it's still going on. So there's a lot. First of all, unfortunately, I did not manage to finish my March prompt, which was to read a book with a drink on the cover. For that one, I chose That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, which I am in the middle of right now. So I'm halfway through and I am enjoying it. And it is a fun time. So yay. And the prompt for April is to read a book with a river in the title. And that's a tiny bit annoying and frustrating because in March, I did finish Goddess of the River. So, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But I did find another book with river in the title, and that one is going to be What the River Knows. And I've heard amazing things about this book. So I don't know if I'm going to be owning it physically or on my e-reader. I think it's going to be on my reader because I won't have time to order it physically because it usually really takes the full 2 weeks before it arrives at the store that I purchase my books. And that means April will be over by then. So I'm probably going to be reading it on my reader. But yeah, if I like it enough, I'll buy it physically. It's fine. But yes, I don't know much about this book, but I just heard praise for it. So I'm excited regardless, and I'm going to go into it not knowing anything. And I think that's the fun of getting to discover new books. So yeah, I also have my wrapped TBR. So if you're new here, I wrapped all of my books that are on my TBR that are not sequels or part of a specific readathon like my Robin Hobb books. But other than that, I do wrap them. I have a couple of books I have not wrapped yet, like The Priory of the Orange Tree I haven't wrapped, Senlin Ascends, The 100,000 Kingdoms. Those have not been wrapped yet. I'm going to be wrapping this one. It's a sequel, but I am not doing a dedicated vlog for this series. And by the end of the month, I will be all caught up. And this is going to be the next one I'm going to get to. So I am going to wrap this one up, if that makes any sense. I think that's it for now, but I still got my son to pick one of the wrapped books like this. He chose one, I unwrapped it. All right, my bad. I also have a book in French that I just purchased at the local book con that I have not wrapped just yet. And this is book number 4 of the series, and this is the one I'm supposed to be reading this month. I had this book from last month, so this was the March wrapped wrapped book that my son picked for me. So this is called Ma vie de jujube dorée. So translated would mean My Life of Gilded Gummy, something like that. This is book number 3. Book number 1 is My Life of Dry Cake. And it's pretty much following, it is YA, it's following this young girl who has anxiety and has to stop dancing because of her anxiety and stuff. And she's just rolling through her life and trying to cope with everything. And it's a really fun book, very easy to go through. And I'm reading them mostly because it's written by a friend of mine, whom I went to university at when I did my theater degree. And I love her so much. So I am reading her books slowly but surely. She did finish the whole series. I think there's like 7 books in the series in total. So this is book number 3 that I'm reading this month. That was supposed to be my March wrapped book, and I am going to be wrapping book number 4, which is Ma vie de limonade épicée, which translates to My Life of Spicy Lemonade. Yeah. And then the wrapped book my son picked for the month of April is, am I going to be able to pronounce this in English? Kaleidoscope by Brian Selznick. I have heard about this author, but not about this book. This is a book I got at my local bookstore when they had a sale, and I bought this for a very cheap price. So I don't know anything about it, but it looks very interesting, and it has a lot of drawings in them, which is very intriguing to me. So I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but I feel like it's going to be very conceptual, but it is short, probably a bit poetic, but I'm willing to give it a try. And if I don't like it, I'll unhaul it. It's okay. But yeah. And now let's get into the Orilium Readathon. I don't remember what calling I chose in the previous readathons, but this year G actually added some more callings, and she added the Bard calling, which is, if you don't know me, I'm an elementary school music teacher and drama teacher, but mostly music teacher, which, I mean, if you're gonna make a Bard calling, that's for sure. I'm gonna pick that with no hesitation. I was really, really happy that an artistic musical calling was added to all of them. So I'm gonna go and pursue that one. So for the Bard calling, there's 5 prompts. The first one is for Art of Illusion, and it is a distance manipulation, a book already on your TBR, which I already have a lot. I am in the middle of a couple of things already. I do have 2 ongoing dedicated reading vlogs, so I am going to get to them a little bit later in this video, but I did already have book number 2 as well as book number 3 of the Shadow and Bone books trilogy, because I'm doing a dedicated vlog. I cannot hold both. Okay. I am doing a dedicated vlog for the whole Grishaverse books, and I do want to watch the series as well for that vlog. So if you're interested, stay tuned. I'm trying to get through them as quickly as possible. But yeah, I finished Shadow and Bone, and now I'm on to Siege of Storm. So I'm picking this one as my already on my TBR because I am continuing that dedicated vlog, if that makes sense. I'm not sure I'm going to get to this one, but at least if I can at least get to this one, I'd be very, very happy with that. The next prompt is for spells and incantation, and it is spell copy paste. So it is to have a word from your last book title, which means it's to read a book with a word from the last book you read in your next title. For that one, I went really, really simply and chose the second book to That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I think it's That Time I Got Drunk and created a love potion to something, a werewolf, I think, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but the cover will be here. So I'm gonna be reading book number 2. So I thought it was just an easy book to get to. So that's why I'm currently reading book number 1, and I'll get to book number 2 right after it, so that like both of them follows the right order and it's gonna be fulfilling that prompt. I am having a good time, and it's reading pretty fast. They're not too long of books, so I'm quite happy with that. And so far, I'm really enjoying myself, so yeah. The next prompt is for inscription, and it is the hook, which means the first sentence challenge, which is to randomly pick 3 books, read the first sentence, and choose the book to read from the best first sentence. Doesn't mean the whole book is going to be the best one, but the first sentence should be. So I already did the roll at the beginning of the month that I film, so I'm going to insert clip here. So the 3 books it landed on was The Merciful Crow, Love in Lockdown, and Two Can Keep a Secret. I decided to go with only books that I have on my reader because I do have a lot of wrapped books. I don't want to unwrap them. I have a lot of sequels that are not wrapped. So it was not really fun to do with my physical books. But my e-reader, that's another thing. And it's gonna make me go through those books and through that TBR as well a little bit more quickly than I'm going through right now. So I thought it would be a nice thing to do. So I'm going to read the first sentences right now. I have not done it so far. I just rolled the dice to see what 3 books I'm going to choose, but I have not read any of the sentences just yet. I'm hoping it's going to work out because The Merciful Crow, I have it for my buzzwordathon, but if it's not the best sentence, I'm not going to choose it. I'm going to be honest, but I'd be happy if it worked out and I had like a double prompt thing going on. Anyways, I'm going to go get my reader. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's start with The Merciful Crow because that's the first book I picked up. Oh, there's a map. Interesting. Cast Legend. Okay. Part 1, Sinners and Queens. Pa was taking too long to cut the boys' throats. That's, we're starting off very strong with that one. Okay. Let's see for the next one. So, Love in Lockdown. We're starting with the prologue. It's funny how in this world we all rush about like hordes of teeming worker ants, focused on our individual errands, together but not together, our paths coming close. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Also, that book, I'm not sure I'm gonna like, so there's that. And the last book for this prompt is Two Can Keep a Secret, which are like 3 completely different vibes of books, which is making this very interesting. I'm not counting this as like the first sentence, but there is like a name and a date. So it says Ellery, Friday, August 30. If I believed in omens, this would be a bad one. Okay, honestly, I don't think Love in Lockdown is the best first sentence, and it's not the one I'm most hopeful about either. So I'm eliminating that one, but I am not sure of what book to pick up in between Two Can Keep a Secret and The Merciful Crow. I don't want to be cheating. That's the thing. And I don't want to I don't know. There's no readathon police here. I know that, but they're both around the same length. I think I'm going to go with The Merciful Crow because both first sentences were intriguing and promising, but I think I'm going to help myself a bit and not put too many books on here because I already have a lot, but I was really intrigued with that one. So I'm going to go with The Merciful Crow and make 2 prompts with that one book. All right, we still have some more prompts to go, 2 more. We've got lore as well, which is the Song of Ages, which means to read a book with a musical term in the title. For that one, I decided to go with The Phantom of the Opera because this is my favorite musical. I haven't seen that many musicals, but that one was top tier. I went to see it on Broadway with my mom as a 19th birthday, which was a long time ago. But it was such a fun time with my mom. I have such awesome memories about it. And I was awestruck. I was literally at the edge of my seat, jaw dropped for the whole 3 hours and something of the play. That's how invested I was in this play musical. It was that good. It was amazing. I don't have the words to explain how much I loved that play. But I never saw the movie before. I saw the movie after seeing the musical. I hated the movie. It did not do the musical justice, but seeing the real thing cannot even compare to movie. And I have never read the book either, so I thought it would be an excellent opportunity for me to actually read a book of something that's familiar to me, that I know of, and I feel like I'm gonna relive that story again with another view of this play. So yeah, I'm very interested and excited about reading this book. And the last prompt for the Orilium Readathon is for restoration, which means Uncommon Antidotes, a book with 4 or more star rating. For that one, I chose to go with He Who Dreamt the World by Shelley Parker Chan. I read book number 1, She Who Became the Sun. Loved it. It was a 5 stars or a 6, a 5 or 6 stars. This one does have a 4-star rating, over 4-star rating when I checked it last. I am going to be rereading She Who Became the Sun though. Yeah, I know. See, that's why I chose The Merciful Crow as that prompt to achieve 2 prompts, because this is going on and I'm doing this to myself. So like, yeah. Anyways, I'm doing a dedicated vlog for this duology as well. So stay tuned for that. This one should go up sooner than the Grishaverse one because I have a lot more books to read for the Grishaverse. So you should see this one hopefully by the end of I want to say May, but yeah, I only have 2 weeks of this month left and I haven't finished anything yet. So I don't know who I'm fooling with this TBR, but yeah. And then we have the books that I have been rolling over for a couple of months. So we've got The Two Towers, book number 2 of The Lord of the Rings. The Diviners, for which I'm also doing another dedicated vlog. I started last year. I'm gonna have to finish this eventually. And we've got the Robin Hobb Readathon I'm doing for myself. Read along, whatever you want to call it. But yes, I'm reading all of the Robin Hobb books. I was supposed to read one a month in 2024. I ended up only reading the first 3. That happened. I read Ship of Magic at the beginning of 2025, and now I'm on to Mad Ship. I haven't made much progress. I'm only on page 45, so not very far along, but I do need to make some progress in this. I'm not going to fool myself again. I know I'm not going to finish this month, obviously. I'm behind this readathon, but read along. But I do want to make some progress in this, just so I push past that point where I stopped reading. It's a mental thing, I think, but I kind of need to do that to myself in order to make some progress and keep on picking it up, if that makes any sense at all. But I feel like I'm rambling but whatever. So that's it for my April TBR. It's a lot. I only have 2 weeks left of this month to finish reading. I am reading 3 books this weekend, which is the Easter weekend, and I know I'm gonna get through them quite quickly. They're quick reads and I'm going through them fast. I do have a lot of more time to actually read as well, which is gonna be helping a lot. So wish me luck. I would love to know if you have a TBR for Orilium. I would love to know what are your books on your TBR. How is your Orilium Readathon going if you're participating? If you're not, I'm still interested in your TBR for April. Like, comment, subscribe if you wish. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you soon in the next one.